All right, welcome to the Heart of Markness. To start off this episode, let's go through the list of all the women I work with and the order in which I would bang them, in descending order, starting at the top. Sorry, I've been wanting to do that. That was poorly executed, too. I could have done a better job of that. But I've been wanting to do that ever since I found out some people I work with actually listen to the podcast, which thrills me. But I also need to terrify and mortify them because that's the kind of guy I am. Anyway, welcome to the Heart of Markness. And I actually had to re-record my vocals because they were too goddamn low, and I didn't realize it. And they were also not very high energy because, as you may be able to tell, I have some allergy things going on, and I cannot breathe through my nose. And I took an antihistamine, and it did nothing other than dry out my mouth and throat. Something fierce. So, pardon, pardon the cotton mouth, and pardon the stuffiness. On with the show. This week, we're going to talk about the Osaka February 15th, 1996 show by Page and Plant in Osaka, Japan. After their 1995 world tour, when the whole Page Plant Are Back thing happened, the unleaded tour, there we go, finished, they went east and did a Japanese tour with a stripped-down version of their traveling band. Because in 95, as you may remember, or maybe you never knew, they toured with several additional musicians, one of them including a second guitarist, Pearl Thompson from The Cure. And it had a good effect on the music, but I couldn't help but think that it was kind of a safety net for nights when Jimmy really isn't on, because he was drinking. He still kind of partied, even though he'd given up the heroin a long time ago. I think he still, he definitely drank. That was for on the record, and maybe he did some other stuff too. Who knows? Doesn't matter. It wasn't like he wasn't playing well, but there were a few nights, including one ridiculously infamous night when he was hammered, played like a doofus, and Robert was pissed enough to punch him in the face. But that's something we'll talk about. Although, can you imagine that? How awesome that must have felt. 30 years of resentment, just kapow. Interesting. But back to the topic at hand. After that tour, they went to Japan, where they got rid of the second guitarist, a couple of the percussionists and mandolin players and things. They kept the Egyptian orchestra, which is great, and the Egyptian percussion folks, which is supremely great because they were fantastic. They had they didn't bring a traveling orchestra. They would just get hire the orchestra of whatever city they were in, and they would rehearse the score and do it because, the strings are not playing anything terribly complex. They're playing, orchestral rock, like the band, playing behind, I don't know, Guns N' Roses kind of shit. It's not complex music. It's just pretty strings. And they had the keyboard player, who I can't remember. I can see his face, but I can't remember his name. The guy who should have been Jonesy is what I just think of him as. So when they went to Japan, they were playing tight because they were a tight band at that point, having toured the world. And Jimmy was playing very well. And in Japan, they after the first couple of shows, they started cutting loose and playing stuff that they had never played before, playing stuff that neither one of them had played live before, and probably to get through it because for at least one of the songs, which was 10 Years Gone, they played that once, the only time after Nebworth that Robert performed the song. And it's beautiful, and it has a full orchestral score behind it, and it had been rehearsed for months. I just don't think they added it to the set list. So everybody knew how to play it. They had it down. There's a video of the band rehearsing it at soundcheck earlier that day, and they had it down. It's very, very pretty. It's not remarkably passionate. These are middle-aged men playing middle-aged rock. It's definitely it's beautiful, it's good, it's well played. It just doesn't have that fire of, maybe some of its youth. But it's not high energy. Not like 10 Years Gone really was, but it had those moments like, do you ever really need somebody? When Robert would just rip your heart out. This is not that. This is a professional rendering of this song by the guys who wrote it. Jimmy plays it very, very well. They play it very, very safe. They don't noodle off. Jimmy doesn't go off wailing, boogieing off on his own. It's very much, it sounds. You know what it sounds like? It sounds a lot like the 2007 reunion, the way that they played those songs. Very polished, very professional, very straight. Not a lot of going off the rails and jamming, because sometimes it goes right, sometimes it goes wrong, and they wanted to make a good impression, and they did not want to fuck up. And I think that's kind of the ethic here, the ethos of like, let's not fuck this up and look like idiots. Let's just play the song the way we played it. Plus we have strings and all these extra people, so it's not like they can just go off on their own if the muse is upon them, because the other 30 people on the stage aren't going to know what to do. So that's all my way of saying Page Plant. It's not Led Zeppelin. Nobody's Led Zeppelin. So adjust your excitometers. This is really beautiful stuff. It's excellently, remarkably well recorded, and wonderfully played. I was really excited to see their 95 tour. I wish I would have seen the Japanese tour, because holy shit, it's great. 10 Years Gone by the guys. The only time Page Plant played it. The only time Robert sang it after Nebworth in 79. Jimmy, of course, did it with the Crows. But enjoy it. I'll be back in a minute.
This is a song for the happy people of Osaka. As it was, and again it will be. Though the course may change sometime, it was always reached the sea. Of fortune, each a separate way, on the wings of maybe, and down a bird's of prey. Kinda makes me feel sometimes we didn't have to go, but as the eagle leaves the nest, we got so far to go. So changes fill my time, but maybe that's alright with me. In the midst I think of you and how it used to be. Oh, darling. Oh, darling. so good. It was just the first time that I knew you in my dreams, it's great surprise to me. I never thought I'd see your face the way it used to be. Oh, darling, oh, woo! Everybody say, woo!
Very pretty, wasn't it? Wonderfully recorded, soundboard, gorgeous, recorded onto DAT, I believe, straight to digital. Um, I love Jimmy's guitar tone. It makes me really happy. I feel weird talking because I said a bunch of stuff, like I said, but I had to erase it. So now I'm like in a loop of second guessing myself. Like, do I talk about his guitar tone? Didn't I already talk about his guitar tone? Did I talk about it earlier? Is it what I erased? Anyway, you guys know me. So, if I have said this before, sorry. If I haven't, well, prepare to have your mind blown. I love Jimmy's tone on the 10 Years Gone. He plays it on a Les Paul. It's with a B bender instead of the Telecaster, and the difference is just, I mean, it's got that fat Les Paul sound. And the Les Paul has enough density and weight that you can take out a significant chunk of the wood to put the B bender in and not lose, density and richness, which I think the Telecaster suffers from. But whatever, that's me. I liked it. You liked it too, I hope. If not, I don't know, next week it'll be better. Yes, that's a dog. Her name's Penelope. She's outside. She's a sweetheart. I hope you heard that. If you didn't, a dog just barked. So 10 years gone. Next, I want to play T for One, which the band played only on this Japanese tour, and this is my favorite version of it from this tour. It is a slow, depressing, sad song. Played wonderfully. Jimmy does a nice interplay with the string section, and I like it. I think it's too goddamn long. You can have you can have a sad blues song in 5 minutes just as easily as you can have a sad blues song in 11 minutes. And I don't know. This is just me. T for One never did it for me. Not even on Presence. I can listen to it and go, "Wow, Bonzo sounds great. Jonesy's playing wonderfully. Jimmy's playing the fuck out of the guitar. What beautiful phrasing and voicing." I'm bored. But lots of people like it, and this is unique. It's the only time they did this song was on this tour. This is the best version of this, in my opinion. It's not that it's not well played. It's not high energy, and it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm sorry to be like, negging all this shit. Like, well, then why are you playing it, asshole? Because it's very, very good. It's just not my particular cup of tea. But maybe it's your cup of tea. So listen to it. And if you don't want to listen to it, then fast forward about 11 minutes and I'll be back. See ya. T for One, Page Plant. Really good. Enjoy.
How come 24 hours? Baby, sometimes seem to slip in a day. Twenty-four hours. Little baby sometimes seem to slip in a day. I mean, it seems like a lifetime. Oh, baby. When I feel this way, looking at the clock. Oh, time moves us so slow. Mama, I've been watching for the hands to move. Baby, till I just can't take no more. Come 24 hours. Baby, sun don't seem too high. Just living the day. But it seems like a lifetime. in the eyes of other men. But by my own choice, I left you, mama. Now I can't come back again. How come 24 hours? Oh, baby, sometimes it seems to slip in a day. I mean, it seems like a lifetime. Oh, baby, oh, I feel the same. I mean, it seems like a lifetime. Oh, baby, I feel the same. I feel the same. I feel the same. Oh, yeah.
Jesus, I don't know what I was bitching about before. That was really good. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the bummer intro. It was long. It took a long time to get going for me. But man, that tone, Jimmy's playing is nice. There's beautiful little filigrees. It's, I love hearing Jimmy play. I love him. It makes me so happy just to hear him play again. And this tour is really good. And you see what I mean about Japan kind of being a step up from the Unleaded tour, which I assume some of you know. Um, I love it, and any Zeppelin fan loves the Japanese Page Plant tour for just this reason. Um, we have had the two unique songs, and now I want to finish up because we're coming up on half an hour already with a Page Plant song, and it's one of the few that they wrote together when they got back together in '94, and I did not like it at all when it first came out, but it is absolutely beautiful, and I don't know, you guys are going to listen to it. They played Wonderful One, and it is a beautiful, beautiful song, and Jimmy's playing is gorgeous, and his tuning is beautiful, and I really like this. I mean, they didn't nail it, but it's really, really pretty, even though it still sounds like almost in a demo state. Except for Jimmy's playing. Jimmy's playing is ridiculously good. But Wonderful One. Lush, beautiful, beautiful, poignant, and really high level. Here it comes. Wonderful One. Osaka, Japan. Enjoy.
Here's a new song.
Oh no.
beside the thief whose golden tongue she will believe defies the order. Oh, that is why, yes, that is why. Shall we dance, never stop? Take my hand and stop the clock from turning over. Spirit weave, spirit bend, in the move that has no end that we must follow. Oh, that is why. Me with fire, my mind is undone. All I've inspired, my freedom has come. I drip of desire, my wonderful. You do what you do, I can never, never let it go. When you feel the way you feel, you can never, never, never let it show. That is why in your eyes are light of the sun. Touch me with fire, my mind is undone. All life inspire, my freedom has come. I drip through desire, my one. Oh, 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 oh. Throw it down, cool and rain. The queen of love has flown again. Seek her daughter. Who must lie beside the thief whose golden tongue she will believe defies the order. That is why. That is why. That is why. Oh, that is why.
Really pretty song. I love it. But you see what I mean? 3 great songs, fantastic quality, flawlessly executed. But you didn't tap your feet. You didn't go, hell yeah. You didn't honk your horn or feel alive. But it was beautiful stuff, and, sometimes we're a little more cerebral. Sometimes we have a bottle episode. Sometimes we're busy and Daddy has to get takeout. That's okay. The thing is, you didn't go hungry. And this is really, it's neat. It comes a different angle. I mean, I can play Cool Zeppelin all the time, and it would be a real kind of one-note podcast. I would much rather have this be a 2-note podcast, which is sometimes not Zeppelin, or Zeppelin flat, or Zeppelin sharp, as the case may be. So, this is a little different from Zeppelin. It's not the in-depth Jimmy Page stuff that I did at the beginning of the podcast, which is really granular, because the subset of Zeppelin fans who want to know in depth what Jimmy Page did in 1884, it is very small. But the ones that are in that subset love that fucking series, those 2 episodes. I do too. But I also love Led Zeppelin and like, here's some really cool shit. Bam. So I'm trying to, find the balance between here's some really cool shit. Bam, which the last, few episodes have been since I came back. I think this is 8 for 8. 8 episodes in 8 weeks. That means it's a regular. Yay, I'm going to keep going. But trying to find the balance between those and the longer form stuff, like the whole Page Plant arc from 93 through 98, or arguably 2000 when they had the Rockabilly reunion. So we're getting there. You're not going to like all of them. And, if you follow other podcasts like Joe Rogan's podcast, there's a lot of ones you just skip through and go, ugh, not another MMA guy, or not another goddamn comedian friend, or not another Navy SEAL CIA dude, or hippie, or drug dude, But as a whole, Rogan's podcast is fantastic. So I hope, pardon me, I hope as we work together on this and, I listen to your feedback and tailor it, I hope we come up with something that as a whole is pretty awesome. I think we're getting there. I think we're definitely better. Having a regular schedule helps. Me not just being a flake helps. Consistency. And you guys are amazing. I can say you guys now because there are people on the Facebook group and that talk and interact with me and talk and interact amongst themselves. And there are people on Twitter that talk to me and I talk back, and it's great. It's a thing now, and it feels amazing and very humbling and very exciting. And it also gives me a responsibility because this is kind of a social contract. You expect the show, you expect whatever on a regular basis, and I try to deliver at least pow, here you go, so you don't go hungry and you don't feel fucked over. I love doing this. I realize that more and more every week, and I'm going to put more and more of myself into doing it, including, upgrading equipment as I can, getting a better mic, better cables, just better shit all around, and upping my game. I've been working on learning Audacity, the audio program, more, so that we don't have, I hope, so many alarming disparities in volume that the early episodes suffer with. So, I hope you can tell that I'm trying to deliver a more polished product, and I hope you can tell that I love hearing from you guys and getting your suggestions, and you retweeting the show is huge because, I've only got like 100 followers, which is technically 0 on Twitter. So my reach is non-existent. So any retweets you guys can do broadens that because Zepp fans follow other Zepp fans who follow other Zepp fans. So it can propagate quickly. I love it that you're following me on Twitter. And if you're not following me on Twitter, do it. Because, I'm on there all the time. Well, not all the time. Daily. Mostly sharing other Zeppelin stuff, but putting stuff up there. And you can talk to me and I can talk to you. And the folks who have talked to me, I enjoy it. I like hearing from you guys. I like hearing the suggestions. And, one of them was get back to the more in-depth stuff like before, which I'm doing with the Page and Plant. So, bear with me as we get this together. And, oh gosh, all the social media stuff time. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Heart of Markness. Join the Facebook group, Heart of Markness. That's cool too. I drop a lot of stuff in there that's just cool shit like, oh hey, John Paul Jones. Oh hey, the Yardbirds playing Dazed and Confused. Bloop, bloop, bloop. It's Facebook. You know what it is. But pop in. It's fun, and you'll be instantly in a group of other like-minded individuals. Because Lord knows you can't find any Zeppelin fans. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, pop by. I'd love to have you. Twitter, Facebook, the website, heartofmarkness.com. I've been working on that more, putting more stuff up there. I'm almost caught up to the episodes, and once I get caught up to the episodes, it'll become a much more dynamic, information-rich site again. So you have 3 things: Facebook, Twitter, the website. Yay. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, and you know what else? Thank you for leaving the feedback in the iTunes store and on the podcast, other podcast networks, because it really, really helps. If you would take a moment, actually it's more than a moment, it's a pain in the ass, but go into your podcast app when you have a moment, you're just fucking around at your desk or something, and drill down until you get to my podcast page in iTunes or the Google Play Store or wherever you find me, and take the time to, give me a rating. 1 through 5 stars, whatever you think. If you want to give me a little short review, that's 1,000,000,000 times better, and it's all wonderful, and it all really, really, truly helps, because this is a brand new baby podcast, so literally 1 review is a significant boost to my relevance at this point. So, now's when you can really help out. If you're of a mind. If you're not, just listen and enjoy. So please follow me on Twitter. Excuse me, I'm dying tonight. Follow me on Twitter. If you like me, spread the word. If you don't like me, well, sorry. But I'd love to hear from you on Twitter. What you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more of, what you don't want to hear any more of. I don't know. Let's be friends. Don't be a dick. I will try not to be a dick. Maybe we can all be friends. Next week, I hope to have the first of the Page Plant arc. I don't know if I'm gonna. If I don't, I'll have some more cool Page Plant shit to tide you over, or maybe back to some Zeppelin. Who knows? Thank you very, 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 very much. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope, we can do this for a long time. Bye-bye.